Jesus Christ.
Good morning. Before I begin my homily, I would ask all of us to take a moment in silent reflection, silent thoughts, silent prayers for the people of Buffalo, for the people of Uvalde, for the victims, their families, their friends, their neighbors, and for the victims in the Ukraine from all of the senseless violence that is going on throughout our world. My sisters and brothers, does Jesus cry? It's a thought that's been going through my mind for a while now. Do we believe that Jesus also weeps? Do we live in a world, we hear this every day and we talk about this every day. We live in a world that is so divided. We live not only in a world that's divided, but we live in a country that is divided. And as hard as it is for me to say this, we also live in a church and worship in a church that is also divided in so many ways. Our gospel reading today is all about unity. Over and over and over and over again, Jesus prays to the Father, to his Father, to our Father, about his wanting for all of us to be one in him, one in the Father, and one with one another. But as you look out at the world today, it's so hard to see that many times, that God's prayer, Jesus' prayer, his wish for all of us even exists. So I would ask, do you think that Jesus weeps when he prays to the Father and says, Holy Father, I pray not only for them, but also for those who will believe in me, so that they may all be one, as you, Father, are in me and I in you. Do you believe he weeps when he prays that to the Father, when he looks down on a world, in our church, where the vast majority of people, of our faithful, do not even believe that the Eucharist is the true body, blood, soul, and divinity of Jesus? You believe that he weeps when he says to the Father, I have given them the glory you gave me, so that they may be one as we are one. Yet he looks down at a Christian world that believes that we have the right to end a life before it even begins. Or ignores a young mother who chose to have her child, a poor young mother, but is left on her own after that child is born. Do we believe that Jesus weeps when he prays to the Father that they are your gift to me, that they may see my glory that you gave me, and that they may be one in me as I am in you? Yet he looks down at a world that treats one another with disdain, hatred, and lies. Because someone looks different than us, speaks differently than us, comes from a different place than us, loves different than we love. And do we believe that Jesus weeps when he says, Righteous Father, I know you, and they know that you sent me. And I have made known to them your name, and I will make it known that the love with which you love me may be in them, and I in them. Yet he looks down at a country, our country, that believes that the man-made right, the man-made law to own guns to cause mass assassinations and killings is more important than God's law, that we protect the most vulnerable in our lives, our children in their schools. I believe he weeps. I believe he cries each time he sees the things that go on in the divided world we live in today. And I believe he cries when he hears things said like, our thoughts and prayers are with you. Prayers are wonderful. Prayers are needed. But we need much more than prayers in our world today. God taught us through his Son, Jesus Christ, how we are to treat one another. He doesn't just say pray. He says, follow my Son's example. It's time for us to quit only having passive prayer. But it is time for us to be a people of action. A people like Christ was when he walked this earth to save us from all of our sins. So we need to talk to our children, to talk to our young people, to talk to disbelievers who don't believe that our Eucharist is the true body, blood, soul, and divinity of Jesus Christ. Not by beating them over the head with the Bible, but by explaining to them what Jesus said. This is my body. This is my blood. And teach them why we believe in the Eucharist. We need to be more active and speak out and support pro-life movements. Not just those that are anti-abortion, but pro-life in every way. Support those organizations, volunteer in those organizations, make a difference to support life at all of its stages. We need to take personal responsibility in our day-to-day lives to be a welcoming people to everyone, not those that just look like all of us in this church today, but to those who look different, live a different life. We are called to be that welcoming people. We need to do that as our personal responsibility to Jesus Christ. And we need to become active, write, call, and visit those people that we have appointed into positions of authority and responsibility, who have the authority and the responsibility to change man-made laws, the laws that parallel and follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. About 10 years ago, there was a popular saying that went around, and we even wore wristbands, rubber wristbands that said, WWJD, what would Jesus do? If he were here today, maybe we need to resurrect that saying and wear those bands again. But if he were here today, would he tell us, it's enough for you to pray to my Father? Or would he tell us, get involved, be active, support the right things that I taught you, help those that need our help? I believe that we as Catholics, as we as Christians, do want to do that. But we're torn apart by the world around us. We're separated and divided into camps. We need to stop that. We need to be one with Jesus, with the Father, and with one another. Because if we can't do that, then Jesus' wish for all of us to be a people united, a people as one, will never come to fruition, which is his mission in coming to us in the first place.
Yeah.